Want to connect with Sara Crosby? Text your thoughts now to 403-974-8255. Connect with Sara Crosby on QR Calgary 107.3 FM.
Red Leader, this is Gold Leader.
I copy, Gold Leader.
We're starting for the target shaft now.
We're in position. I'm going to cut across the axis and try and draw their fire.
Later in the show, between now and 6 o'clock, when you hear the pew, 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 anytime in the show, we are giving away tickets today to see the Calgary Philharmonic do the music, the score, the orchestra work to Star Wars: A New Hope. So you go to the Philharmonic, you see the movie, and then the orchestra plays the fantastic score live in front of you. So as soon as you hear the pew, 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 that's your cue that we're about to give away tickets to this incredible show by the Calgary Philharmonic, Star Wars: A New Hope. It's the 1977 film, plus the music live. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. That happens between now and 6 o'clock tonight. But first, we wanted to check in with a family who's done some pretty incredible things to live a much greener life. So green, in fact, that it won them $50,000. Thank you so much for joining the show, Samantha Shannon from Airdrie. How does it go, Samantha?
Hi, how are you?
So you have a family of 5, you, hubby, 3 kids, and you decided to try and live a really green life to win a contest called Live Net Zero, and you won.
And we won. Kind of shocked me, but yeah, we won.
Okay, so take us back. Why live in an Airdrie, living your best life with 3 little kids and a husband? At what point did you think we should take on this competition and try and cut down on our emissions and live a green life? What inspired that change?
Actually, we were going through the process already, and I was Googling to find more grants to be able to afford these big dreams of ours, and stumbled across the competition and thought, hey, wouldn't that be nice? And if not, we might teach the public a couple of these neat tricks we've got up our sleeves.
The thing is, though, we talk a lot on this show about, hey, install a solar panel. Hey, try a heat pump. Hey, don't use your car as much. It's very rare we talk to someone who's done not one of these things, but all of these things at the same time. You are literally the face for greener living right now.
Yeah, we kind of went big and went home, all in one jab there. So, yeah, we tore up the front yard, and we didn't even go heat pump. We went ground source heat pump. So that's really pulling at the big guns too.
Okay, tell me more about that. What did it entail, and how has it helped you save you money?
Yeah, so essentially we had a drilling rig in my front yard the day after the kids started school this year, and they drilled 5 boreholes down to 250 feet in my front yard. So kind of screwed up my landscaping for a little bit, but the payoff's good. So because after you get below the frost line, the temperature stays consistent all year round, even if it's 40 degrees below up here on top side of the soil. And we transfer that heat energy back into our house to heat our house. And by doing that, it's 400% efficient compared to, say, your highest efficiency gas furnace, which is high 90%. So yeah, we're kicking it pretty efficient here with our ground source heat pump.
Okay, and you also installed solar panels on your home.
Yeah, we went really big on that one as well, because we are heating with electricity. That allows us to add more solar panels because with the Microgeneration Act, you can only have 110% of the capacity or your consumption. And because we were switching to heating with electricity, it allowed us to put a total of 42 panels on our garage and the backside of our house.
And you gave up some car usage, and I heard that you are trucking your children around with an e-bike and a trailer.
That's not really a choice anymore. I'm not allowed to take them in the boring car. I'm told, Mommy, we want to go to swimming lessons on the fast bike. Can we go on the fast bike? So, yeah, it's a green choice and all, but I don't get much say in it anymore. The kids love it.
That's awesome. Awesome because also they're outside, fresh air, a little bit of better scenery than inside the car. So just in terms of looking around and having an experience, it's great to be outside when the weather's nicer too.
Exactly. And here in Airdrie, it's actually faster because we're in the suburbs. All the speed limits are 30 kilometers an hour, which is as fast as my e-bike actually can go. But I don't have to stay to the traffic lights and the roads. I can take all the bike paths and the pedestrian bridges. So I get to beat the traffic a lot of the time, and I get back home or to the store faster on the e-bike. It's great.
We're speaking right now with Samantha Shannon, mom of 3 and wife, who just won a competition called Live Net Zero, $50,000 for reducing their greenhouse gas emissions in their home and living a more environmentally friendly lifestyle. Shannon, what has the response been? Has anyone been sort of like negative Nelly about this? Why are you doing this and putting your home through all of this? Or has it just been overwhelmingly positive?
I think most of the naysayers have stayed quite far away from us. A lot of people have been more impressed, and we didn't do this lightheartedly. My husband is a business analyst, so I had to prove all the numbers to him first that this actually made financial sense. And so far, our utility bills are coming ahead better than we projected, which is a really nice bonus on top of it. And if my numbers were wrong, well, the big paycheck from Canadian Geographic certainly helped make up for any errors in my math.
Well, is it too early yet to say, like a couple years ago, we would have paid this amount per month, and now we're paying this amount, and so that is a savings of blank for our family?
Yeah, so we have lived in this house for 5 years, and so we had 5 years of utility bills that we have diligently put through Excel spreadsheets so that we can compare them to pre-renovation and post-renovation. And winter is usually the hardest time on a sustainable house because we've got short daylight hours during the winter, so we're having to buy a lot of electricity from the grid. And even then, not one of our bills has been higher than even the cheapest of the 5 years previous. I believe we were asked this morning a bill for our utilities in January of 2023 was $400, and this year we paid $200 and something dollars. So yeah, it's paying off big time, and that's even before we get into the summer season where we overproduce our electricity to start earning some credits back on our utilities through the Microgeneration Act.
But was there something like was there one moment in time that inspired you to make your house as green as possible, or was it a lifelong learning process? What inspired you or created this movement in your Airdrie home?
Yeah, the whole idea of sustainable technologies has been a casual interest for me for some time. But when my son was a couple grades ago in doing the homeschool during COVID, he was doing a project for Earth Day, and it was about the polar bears and how the ice caps are melting. And he asked me, he goes, well, Mommy, what are we doing to protect the polar bears? And I didn't have much of an answer for him because when I was in school, we were told reduce, reuse, recycle. It's a little outdated now. You got to do a little bit more than that. So we started taking a deep dive, and one thing led to another, and here we are today with the most sustainable house in our neighborhood, if not at least our street.
I'm thinking it's more than that. How do you know it's not the most sustainable home in Airdrie or even in this whole area? You guys have gone to such extents to do everything that you possibly can. I mean, you must have legs of steel right now from biking those children around every single day.
Well, again, it is an e-bike. I do have power assist. I know this is a radio show. You can't see me, but I am the nerdiest nerdy girl you've ever seen. I do not have legs of steel. I need that power assist. But again, the house is a 1980s house. So that's still a 2x4 frame. We don't have tons and tons of insulation as new build homes are built a little bit thicker walls, a little bit more insulation. So we had to make up the difference. So yeah, there's definitely going to be houses that exceed us with their sustainability goals, and that's not even ones that were built intended for net zero. But it's quite an accomplishment to do it to a 1980s code-built house that's no different than our neighbors. We just run a little bit more efficiently now.
Well, thank you for your time this afternoon. That's Samantha Shannon, winner of the Live Net Zero competition, $50,000. You know what? If nothing else, because a lot of people have a lot of thoughts on a lot of different ways to do energy, but if nothing else, your family literally put your green money where your mouth is and showed that if you want to do something and go full force at it, incredible things can happen. So thank you for taking the time this afternoon. Congratulations on your win. And like the nerdy girls are always welcome on this show. So don't you even worry about that.
Absolutely. Pew, pew.
Pew, pew. Thanks so much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hey, if you missed the first pew, pew, and you're wondering why we're pew-pewing, the Calgary Philharmonic has given us tickets to give away to their brand new production, which is the 1977 Star Wars movie set against their music. We will have tickets coming up for that between now and 6 o'clock.